Just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done. This is the mantra I want you to keep in mind going into this video. We all know how the adaptation of licensed properties into games usually goes, but hey, what harm is there in theorizing? This is a list of 5 anime series I would like to see made into games. For this list, I have only considered anime without games and anime games that did not see a release outside of Japan. Remember, this is a series only, so if it's a film, it's not on the list. Let's get it on. Legend of Galactic Heroes. This anime would make a great real-time strategy game. With its scenes of epic space battles featuring thousands of ships moving in well-drilled formations and executing elaborate tactics, the possibilities are endless. In fact, all the Galactic Hero games out there are all RTS games, but a Galactic Heroes adaptation cannot simply be a real-time strategy game. After all, the fun in this anime comes from the politics and the backstabbing that happens in between battles, as much as they do from the battles themselves. I would love to see this game somehow infused with these political RPG elements with the RTS elements. But hey, maybe the current games already have this feature. But how would I know? It's all in Japanese.
楽しい。こんなに楽しいのは久しぶりだ。貴様の名は何だった？
Hellsing. It's not very difficult to see why Hellsing would make a fun game, or even what type of game that would be. A gothic, hack and slash, third-person shooter, action-adventure, fighting, horror fantasy game would seem the perfect fit for this anime. Now, I know you are thinking, hey, that sounds like Devil May Cry. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Devil May Cry is a fantastic series, and frankly, there are worse games out there to bear similarities to. Like Picasso said,
good artists copy, great artists steal.
The challenge would be on the developers to give Hellsing its own identity so that it doesn't end up as an outright ripoff. It shouldn't be an impossible task though, considering Hellsing has its own rich story and a charismatic lead character in the ancient vampire, Alucard. I personally love the Devil May Cry series, and I would play the hell out of a Hellsing game. Would a game based on Black Lagoon be any good? Who knows? But an anime this chaotic featuring psychotic killer maids, psychotic nuns, psychotic pirates, well, you get the idea. Everybody is psychotic, and they are all chucked together on one island. The point is, an anime this chaotic has some potential game-wise. I'm not even going to make a case for what kind of game this should be. The internet has already spoken about that. I like cheesy 90s style action, I like cool weapons, and I like strong, badass female characters. Black Lagoon combines all of these things, and I would gladly throw my money at it. Cowboy Bebop, one of the best out there and a staple name in the space western genre alongside Trigun.
What are you getting all sentimental on me for, you little squirt?
And Outlaw Star.
What's this business you've mentioned, huh? It's my spaceship. I'm gonna need a... Ah! It was just a joke. A joke!
Although I'm tempted to lean towards an RPG adaptation for this anime, I get the feeling a Telltale adventure game could be even better. Telltale has already shown in Wolf Among Us that they can handle many of the core elements of Bebop, including story, atmosphere, characters, and even action. That being said, I know many people are interested in this anime would rather see an RPG in similar style to the Mass Effect series. While that could be a fun game, Telltale's episodic structure would be better suited to exploring the interesting and often humorous situations Spike and his crew usually find themselves in, focusing less on bounty hunting and more on good storytelling and polished dialogue with a little dash of action. But that's just me. What kind of adaptation would you like to see? Before the Red Wedding, before the Purple Wedding, before Game of Thrones, there was Griffith's ascension to the God's Hand. But let's not talk about that. I still have nightmares. While Berserk did have a North American release game on Sega Dreamcast and a Japan-only release game on the PS2, I'm going to go ahead and say not good enough. But what kind of game should Berserk be? I know many people who care about this anime would like to see a game in similar styles to Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls, but from what I have seen of the game, I can see Berserk fitting that action RPG framework very well. Otherwise, my other option would be a story-driven action adventure hack and slash similar to the vein of God of War series and the first Darksiders game. No matter what style, the game has to be story-driven, possibly picking up after the anime and focusing on Guts' pursuit of vengeance against the God Hand and Griffith. I understand things would be tricky story-wise with the manga still running, but the idea of a Berserk game with updated graphics to the next-gen consoles is just too mouth-watering. Those are 5 of the animes that I would love to see turned into video game adaptations. Honestly, it was very difficult to pick only 5, so I'm going to cheat and add some honorable mentions. But what about you? If you could only pick 5, what would be on your list? Be sure to leave a comment and subscribe to TGN for more cool content. My name is David Brown with TGN. Have a good one, gamers.